Yo! Video games.
So this episode is our top 5 coolest hero designs, coolest looking heroes all time.
Yeah, and I guess it's just kind of like general. I am so all over the place with this.
Yeah, here's the thing. I feel like tomorrow I feel like in 15 minutes I'm going to feel different. This was a really hard one. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to say, do we want to change it from top to just 5 fucking cool characters we want to talk about?
Sure. We'll just call it 5 great characters. 5 great character designs.
Yeah, 5 great character designs.
Because we're going back like 2 weeks or so now where we're talking about character designs, and we ended it with the idea that we're going to follow up with like what is great character designs versus like what is, bad. Because we already kind of talked about bad and what is bad or what not. So we're talking about like great ones.
Yeah. So we're going to go with the safer version. Not top 5 all time. Maybe we'll do a top 5 all time when we have all the dudes and like you and Steve can scream at each other because Steve's going to pick
0.
He's going to pick
old big
0.
Giant green tits McGee robot boy.
Tits McGee. But today it's heroes. And I'm going to start off with someone who's probably a fucking gimme, Solid Snake.
Yeah, it's not really. I mean, it is what it is. Like,
it is a gimme. I feel like there's no one that's going to argue he isn't fucking cool looking, except if we went into which game is he coolest looking in. I feel like a lot of people are going to say Old Man Snake is the coolest looking, but I actually
nobody's going to say that. I would say it, but nobody's going to say it.
You think Old Man Snake's the coolest looking?
No, well, no. I like his. I like Solid 1.
I think Solid
1 Twin Snakes is my favorite look for him. I don't mind Big Boss at the end of 3. It's kind of cool too.
Yeah, I guess Big Boss would be the same character basically in terms of looks and character design.
Well, look at the eye patch and shit, So.
Yeah, I think he's the coolest in terms just because he's just dressed like a fucking Vietnam soldier. He's just fucking in regular. Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say like 1, maybe 2. Yeah, 1 and 2, like
2 he had like a mullet, but
well, he's always had a mullet.
It's more pronounced than 2.
It is for sure more pronounced than 2, but I mean, like he's based on Snake Plissken, who famously has a mullet, like a fucking great mullet. Are some reasons why I like Snake specifically from like 1 or 2 is for some reason the skeleton suit, like the sneaking suit. Mm-hmm. Was just like a cool fucking like, oh, it's just like all-encompassing fucking suit.
I mean, I liked 1. It did kind of look a bit like a bomber vest.
Yeah, well, it was like a wetsuit.
Yeah, wetsuit with like a bomb with like a bomb vest on it or something.
Yeah, it was like a tack vest attached to it was like a tack suit that was already built into a wetsuit.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was just fucking cool. And maybe it was because I was a kid. Yeah. And so like I added more cool factor to it. Because if you think about it now, like a dude running around in a wetsuit sneaking around, probably literal worst idea. Like it's probably so uncomfortable and like you just hear nothing but like squelching. All of that sweat. And like the skeleton suit was like, oh, if you get hit with a bullet, it immediately tightens in that area and stops bleeding. And as a kid you're like, that's so fucking sick. But now that I'm older, I realize like that just means that you're bleeding into the suit for a lot of it, and so you're just squelching around, bleeding into the suit. It's getting real gross in there. You're still gonna die.
Not if you're a true Solid Snake and you never get caught.
That is fair. But yeah, no, I always thought that was really cool. The fucking bandana. I don't know. When I was a kid, I was like, he puts on a goddamn bandana. What a badass! He's sneaking around with a big old fucking bandana. I dig it.
Infinite ammo.
Metal Gear. That's the one. I got that shit. I got that shit on lock.
Yeah.
What's your number 5?
Well, I guess we're not doing a list, but
yeah, that's fine.
Like I said, I'm all over the place, and people are gonna think I'm fucking nuts for this, but I was thinking back, like, what is like. I was originally, none of my characters were like very recent, and I was like, okay, so really, I don't think any of the old characters are cool. I'm like, you know what? Like, old Sonic was a really good design. Because
like cartoon Sonic or original game
like
Sonic?
Genesis era Sonic, he's a really good character design. If it's really hard to separate the character from the voice now and the history and all the baggage that comes with him now and all the memes and all the bullshit. But as far as just a general design goes, it really works. It really sells its idea that it's an animal that runs really fast. It doesn't in real life, but I mean, like it's this fast running mascot character. But like, you know, you had your Pac-Mans and Game & Watch and Donkey Kong, and they were all just sort of just kind of like, you know, okay, you know, here's a little plumber guy or a little
8-bit gorilla,
you know, or a little Pac-Man, a little Pocky Puck that eats stuff, and
he gobbles balls.
Yeah,
gobbles the balls.
Gobble them. But you know, you think about it, like Sonic, obviously the whole marketing campaign about it was like he was cool, and that was the thing, is like it really felt like it embodied Sega really well, because, you know, Sega was always the cool kid and Sonic was the cool design. Like their colorful platformer mascot character, you know, was not a pudgy overall plumber, you know, overall wearing plumber, but it's like it's Sonic the Hedgehog. It's like this spiky blue blur kind of thing. You know, even Mega Man is, you know, he's a little robot. He looks just like Astro Boy, you know. So it's like, but Sonic was kind of ushering in the era of like going for more aesthetics. Whereas I feel that like early 8-bit stuff really didn't. So I gotta give it up to Sonic for like the original characters. I mean, like, you know, that was actually a pretty good design. It obviously struck a chord with a lot of people, and it stuck around. So
I feel like the next character is, I don't think any of these characters are gonna get pushback. Like, I don't think we're going to get any pushback on this. Like, I think we're going to get people that are going to be like, you forgot about these really badass characters.
Oh, yeah, I've totally forgotten a lot of characters.
Yeah, tons. And there's some that I'm literally just not bringing up because I feel like everybody... I don't know. It's hard. There's a lot of cool fucking characters out there. Alucard from Symphony of the Night.
I mean, it's a little...
he's just a pale dude.
He's a little pretty. Like regal.
My reasoning is that even when I first played it, I remember being like, oh, he looks like he's a painting, like an old school painting of royalty.
Yeah. Well, the whole art style kind of reflects that in a way of the whole game, you know?
And I don't know why, but that was so fucking cool. And like, just like his cloak and like the way he's I don't know why the fuck, but he's just so fucking classically cool. Same reason why Pirates of the Caribbean, like you look at all the pirates and shit and you're like, they're just dressed so fucking cool. And no swashbucklers dressed like that back in the day, but you're just like, fuck yeah, these guys are cool. Everybody likes dressing like a pirate. Yeah, I mean, he's very much like French royalty is what he looks like.
Yeah.
You know,
he looks like he came out of Mozart.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's
or Amadeus, I should say.
The movie Amadeus.
The movie Amadeus. It looks like it came out of like Amadeus.
Yeah. I don't know. He's classic. I feel like he's always going to look fucking cool. Maybe that's what I tried to put together on this. But then again, the next few that I pick, the next two that I have written down, might fucking go against that.
So for me, and the next one, I kind of was like at a loss here. I want to just sort of like say like I like the design for maybe not the first, but maybe like the second or maybe more the third game for Jak and Daxter. Oh, I actually kind of dig his design. I like the elf design of the Jak and Daxter series. Even the ears are super long, but I liked it. I like the facial expressions. I liked that it was sort of like this mix of like ancient with new technology look to a lot of the stuff around the game. I think they hit a really good medium between like, you know, super cartoony and more realistic with the Jak series, but no.
I mean, it kind of comes down to their philosophy as a company. They feel they've elevated themselves beyond.
Right, that's their term expression, and I don't fuck you.
I don't necessarily agree with it either, though. I feel like you can still make a Jak and Daxter game that's both poignant and fun.
Yeah,
you know, you don't have to have.
They may not be the ones to do it, but you know, it could happen. But for me, like a big one is Raiden from Metal Gear Rising. He looked a little silly in 4. Like I didn't really dig his cyborg design in 4, but his cyborg
by Rising, he looks sick.
And in Rising, I really dig it. Even yes, he still does have heels, which is weird, but I think by Rising, Raiden especially, like through the main game after the introduction, looks really really good, and I like it a lot. I think he's just embodies like the whole super cool factor.
Yeah, he's anime as fuck.
Anime as fuck was like super futuristic, cybernetic, whatever. He just looks really fucking cool in the game.
He does.
And
actually,
you feel totally like a badass playing it.
Almost all the characters in that game look really fucking cool.
Yes, they do.
I think Isaac from Dead Space looks fucking sick. Maybe not the very first armor you're wearing, but like later on as you get more armor and shit. I don't know why I fucking dig the life bar being your spine.
It's a really good visual cue. I don't know.
Sick.
It
just
really,
looks
I remember,
really cool.
I remember that was one of the things I saw when I think you and Jay were playing, and I was like, I kind of like that idea, the pips on the back spine or whatever.
I just like
Works
the way
really well.
I mean, the armor that he's wearing is actually just like mechanic suit to stand up to harsher environments.
Well, it's kind of got like that sort of like futuristic but grungy.
Yeah, and I like that because it's the same reason we talked about how like Blade Runner is so iconic because the future is so grimy and like, it just feels lived in. And his suit actually looks like something he's been wearing for fucking too long. You know, like, can you imagine what that fucking that suit smells like?
You're really focused on smells today.
I am, yeah, but like I'm saying, like you can see that
it probably smells like a pig's ass.
Yeah, because it's something it smells like the Doom costume. He's been working under hot lights. Everything's inside. I mean, just I really like that lived-in look. If I had to pick like one reason why Isaac looks so fucking sick, it's that he's futuristic, but it still looks believable. You know?
Yeah, that's got the believability factor, I guess.
Yeah, like it's drawn in.
Okay, so I decided just to pick one character from the series, but it's like honestly 70% of Guilty Gear I could say is all really cool character designs.
I still have never played a Guilty Gear game.
Well, they're very complicated, but I'm saying Millia Rage, but specifically from the Exard series. Beforehand, she's kind of whatever design-wise. She kind of has like this sort of like straight dress, but also a straight jacket look to it. You know,
like
she's
belts and buckles hanging off and like sleeves and shit.
No, it's really it's a little bit of that, but like it's I don't know. It's her original design for like the original game and for X is like it's whatever. I don't really particularly think it's that great, you know. But her design for Exard is really cool because it's kind of got like this sort of futuristic but like Russian-esque look to it.
Okay.
With like wearing like a little like Russian hat kind of thing, and it's not as anime gratuitous as it was before because like every time you would jump in like the old Guilty Gears, like oh yeah, you totally see Milla's panties. Well, now she's wearing like leggings and stuff and like little boots. And her design is just, it's still kind of sexy in Exard, but it's not gratuitous at all anymore. Like
sexy with purpose.
It looks like something fashionable, something she would wear around, but it's also something she can still move in. You know, and still do all the kicks and crazy shit.
Yeah, it's not.
But I really like Millia's design for Exard. I think is one of the strongest like female character designs, especially for like fighting games and stuff. But yeah, her design's great, and honestly, like there's so many cool characters like in Guilty Gear. Soul, bad guy, he's iconically looks just badass. Kai looks pretty, like Kai looks good, old and new. A lot of their designs are really dope. Like even if they're super edgelordy, like Raven or whatever. Like Leo is a really cool design. Leo Whitefang.
Oh shit, yeah.
You know.
Okay. I mean, that's just a great name.
Well,
I'm Leo. I'm
Leo Whitefang. They're all based off of names of musician stuff. It's all rock based.
So my next character, I say Marcus Phoenix, but what I really mean is Cogs in general, like Carmine from Gears of War. Just that helmet and fucking like the actual Cog, a uniform.
But you really dig the Cog designs.
Yeah, I think it's cool fucking armor. I actually think it's cooler than Spartan armor in Halo, which is usually where people get kind of annoyed with me. I mean, it glows fucking blue, so does it have a point? No, probably not. But it's cool looking. I think it's cool looking.
They are a bit tree trunks for legs kind of looking, though.
Yeah, but that's all of Epic Games shooters and shit. Yeah. I used to think that it was Unreal in general made all their legs look giant, and I think that's
it's really just like
it's an Epic Games
thing.
But that being said, I really dig them. It's the helmet. For some reason, like, of all the helmets that have been in, like, Advanced Warfare, like, oh, look at these fucking helmets.
Yeah.
I like Spartan helmets. Those seem probably, like, the most likely to be useful. But, like, the COG helmet, just sick as fuck looking, glowing blue eyes. Full helmet, looks like a motorcycle helmet. It was cool. I unapologetically like that shit. You got another one?
My next one is super traditional, whatever. I was saying, as far as cool, I say Dante, but from Devil May Cry 2.
Dante.
Which is the worst, obviously worst Devil May Cry game is Devil May Cry 2, but he looks the coolest.
Is that the one where he's shirtless with a...
No, that's 3.
Oh, that's 3.
Shirtless with a nipple belt is 3.
Okay.
Cowboyish is 4. I really like the way he looks in Devil May Cry 2. It's a little...
Which one is that?
So it's got a little more contrast with the red and the black vest.
Oh yeah, red trench coat, black vest.
So yeah, because like it's like that in 1, but it's more like belt buckly and more red on part 1, and 1 looks good too. But part 2 I think is the best design. The part 2 is the one that they had him in the Shin Megami Tensei game.
Oh,
it's based on that look of it. So yeah, a game aside, like Dante looked the coolest in part 2. Game played terribly. What are you gonna do?
Make a better game.
Yeah, you make a better game, and they
that's
did.
What you're gonna do.
That's what they did, and they made Devil May Cry 3.
All right, I have my last one that I wrote down. Everybody's gonna fucking agree with it. Samus Aran.
Yeah,
Samus,
and I wanted to put her on mine, but I'm like, I don't know.
It's the coolest fucking battle armor ever.
Yeah,
and I love the hot rod color.
And there's different types of it, but Samus always looks really good. Like
Zero Suit even is really fucking.
I mean,
cool.
Granted, okay, like they both look like whatever back on the 8-bit NES, but
yeah, it just looks like a smudge.
The drawing design of, say, Mega Man versus Samus, and Samus has always looked cooler than Mega Man. Sorry, it's true. But Mega Man was never really meant to be super cool. It was always just meant to be Astro Boy, and that's fine, and it works, totally works. But Samus has always looked really fucking cool. Like
they could probably design Mega Man to look cool because the concept of having
but I mean, I think it's fine because Mega Man should look like Astro Boy. Mega Man's basically like
look kit.
He's basically a video game version of Astro Boy, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as far as like cool designs go, like Samus, yes, Samus is like classically one of the best cool looking character designs ever.
Like who's gonna argue against this? Who's gonna be like, oh, Samus looks like shit, dude? Like no one's gonna say that. So I mean, I didn't exactly break the internet or anything like that, but I don't think I played a Metroid game until Metroid Prime. And one of my favorite things about it was just like how fucking sleek and cool. Because up until then, like it seemed like every cybernetic battle armor was bulky as fuck.
Yeah.
And granted, I think I played Prime like a few years after it came out. I didn't even play it when it first. And Samus is just this sleek fucking hot rod colored, just badass battle suit. What's your last?
My last is Vyse from Skies of Arcadia.
I fucking knew you were gonna put. I almost put him on mine. I knew you were gonna put him on.
Because
he is sick looking.
It's classic swashbuckling. It's a little weird because his elbows are ripped, but it kind of lends that to that sort of like rogue lifestyle where his sleeves probably did get ripped some point at the elbow, so his elbow joints are exposed, but they're like basically like tattered on, like sewed on with like other strings. So it's got a little bit of that. He's got like the eye, the not an eye patch, but like the eye lens and the little scar. But what makes Vyse cool is that not only does he look like he has a generally good look, simple but effective pirate look to him. It's sort of the fact of how Vyse generally handles his shit. Because, and I don't remember where I was talking about this, but there's two types of JRPG protagonists. There's the moody asshole, mopey fucks, and
Sasuke.
Yeah, and then there's the naive idiots,
Naruto.
Right. So as I'm going through Xenoblade 1, right? Or I'm sorry, I'm going through Xenoblade 2 right now. Their main character is the naive asshole, or I'm sorry, the naive idiot. And, characters point that out all the time to him.
I would love a naive asshole.
Yeah, naive asshole. Yeah, wow. But, like, a lot of JRPGs have and I love Grandia, but, like, Justin's a naive idiot. He grows up in the game, and that's amazing. But they play off that trope. Like, Vyse, he is not either. Because that's the thing, like, most JRPGs tend to have this thing, like, if he's world smart, he's a mopey fuck. If he's not world smart, if he's naive, then he's like super optimistic, but he's dumb because he has a lot to learn. Vyse, is both. Vyse is world smart, but he's also an optimist as well. And that's actually kind of why I like the character a lot. Like,
and he's not totally like idiot optimistic.
There's a point where like you're on the train escaping from Valua, and like one of the main villains of the game, Galcian, is coming after you. He's like the big Xanatos looking guy with the big. He pulls off his cape and he's got like a big rapier and he's walking towards you. And Vyse looks at him and goes like, you know what? I don't think we can take this guy. Like, we need to move, kind of thing. It's not kind of like, there's not this moment of like, oh, you heard Fina, I'll kill you. Like, and he runs after him and he gets his ass kicked or something. Vyse has to learn a hard lesson about his place, and the villain has to monologue to him after knocking his ass down. Vyse just looks at him and is just like, we can't take this guy.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
We need to get the fuck out of here. Disconnect the train, cars. Let's go. I like the general aesthetic of Vyse, the blue coat, the big pirate boots.
Yeah.
I like his dual swords. And they have like little tonfa-like handles.
Yeah, they're like tonfas, but they're swords.
Because you can do both. I like that. I like the way like the blades have like that sort of like color changing mechanic, which is gameplay related.
Do you have any honorable mentions before we get out of here?
I mean,
character honorable mentions.
I do like the original Soul Calibur designs for some of the characters, like Keelik. I thought look really, he looked really cool. I mean, a lot of fighting. Terry Bogard. Shit like that.
Well, fighting games, I feel I like. Okay,
hey, you really got to nail your character designs in a fighting game.
They have to be really fucking cool.
Yeah, they really do.
What is it Max always says? Like, cool looking characters first, and then everything else.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you have a really cool looking character, interest will be there. At least
like,
for him.
I think a sort of remake is Spinal from the original game. He literally was just they watched Jason and the Argonauts. He's like a skeleton with like a sword and a shield and maybe like a little hat on.
Yeah.
He had nothing. He was literally just a skeleton. And then in the remake, the new Killer Instinct, they turned him into a big giant, like, he had like a fucking ship's wheel like stuck through the middle of his rib cage, and he had like leggings, rope shit all over him, and he had gloves and boots on.
Killer Instinct's a really good example because all the shit looks cool.
They totally, like full gore, obviously like
full
super
gore.
Cool looking. Not every design was a winner for the new KI. I think Cinder's new design was ass, but what are you going to do? And I always say this, the greatest use of a schoolgirl outfit on a female character ever goes to Killer Instinct.
Well, I haven't seen it, I guess.
So, what character would wear a schoolgirl outfit in Killer Instinct?
I don't really play it, so I don't know.
Well, it's not Orchid.
Yeah.
And it's not Maya or Kim Woo.
Okay.
It goes on Riptor.
It goes on Riptor.
Riptor's a female.
I didn't know that.
It's kind of one of those like things that a lot of people didn't really know. Like, no, Riptor's actually a female. so for fun, they have you can, in one of the outfit unlocks in Killer Instinct, you can get a schoolgirl outfit, but it's for Riptor.
That's fucking amazing.
So you have a Velociraptor.
That's legit as fuck.
With a schoolgirl outfit on. I'm just like, this is amazing.
I was just gonna say Kratos for my my honorable mention because I should play him and assist me if we ever do that.
You know what? I'll give it up to not entirely terribly whatever, people love it. Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden is a cool character.
Like the new Ninja Gaiden games, like ever since like Xbox,
only ninja that can hide with a giant metal faceplate and a giant
Ryu Hayabusa. He looks pretty cool.
He looks pretty sick. It's pretty
cool. There's some sick shit going on in those character designs. So I'll give it up for that.
As always, guys, if you disagree or you have someone that we forgot or you just, I know this one's gonna be like, there's so many fucking cool looking characters. It's a tenet of video games. You gotta make them cool looking. But yeah, hit me up on Twitter. Tell me your favorite or the coolest looking designs. You can hit me up at Funk Machine, PhunkMachine, and you can hit up Simmons at his YouTube channel.
YouTube.com/YoVideogames.
And as always, we have patrons to thank. Producers for this episode are Hyper Viper 89, Gemini Wrath, Miles Ashcroft, LCL Mayhem, Flamespitter, Azarian, Ricky115,
and Rasputin's Dick, Captain Piddles, Disco Sally, Online Persona, Superbore 64, Ziggy Z, Von Hunter 21, and Girthquake.
I don't know. Are you guys getting tired of how we say that? How we say Girthquake.
How can you get tired of that?
No one is. I don't know. I'll ignore everyone that says they are.